What is going on? So today I am actually just vlogging myself. I'm going to be oiling my machine because I need to test some designs, and then I'm going to be cleaning up my craft room because over the last few weeks I've been traveling, busy at work, and life has been lifing in a good way. But I wanted to just kind of bring you along with me and chat at the same time. So let's clean and yap. So first things first, I've already removed my bobbin, and I'm just gonna put a drop of oil inside of here. I know you probably can't see that. Let me bring you closer. Hold on. I'm gonna bring you over here. Okay. And so right on the inside, I'm just gonna drop a drop of oil in there, and that's all we'll need to do for our bobbin area. Now let me move you back over here so you can see what else I'm doing. All right, so we got our bobbin. Now we're gonna oil in two other places. Let me just pull my stool up. Okay, so first I'm just gonna set my oil off to the side, grab my flathead screwdriver, and just take these screws off. I don't put them on super tight, but I put them on good enough to keep this panel in place. All right, so get both of these off. And now you want to definitely oil your bobbin at every use. And if you have your machine running for a long time throughout the day, you definitely want to stop every about maybe 4 or so hours to add more oil if you're running your machine a lot. So then this panel here just slides right out. And then I like to put oil on where these springs are, as well as where these pads are. So, and we're just gonna put a drop. You don't wanna oversaturate it. So I'm gonna just start with a drop on the pads, and I'm just gonna go in between each one. And this takes maybe all of 10 minutes to do. But if you take care of your machine will take care of you. So just take the 10-15 minutes that it normally takes to do this step. And normally I'll do this usually once a week, but again, I'm oiling my bobbin case every single time I come in here and turn on my machine every day. I'm taking my bobbin out and I'm putting some oil in there. And then as far as the springs, I just find a little place to slide in between there, and then just put some oil there, and it'll just kind of go roll down or slide down. And I'm going to do that to all of these. And you just want to do one drop. Do not put too much oil, otherwise it can leak onto your garment when you start embroidering. And it is good to get a bottle like I'm using with a longer tip for this part, because I'm not gonna unscrew on there. I'm just gonna put it right in between each one. Okay, so we're good there. We have our bobbin done. We have this half done. Now I'm gonna just go up here to the top, and I like to stand up because I can see the pads from in here where I need to put oil. And so I'm just gonna go to each one and put a drop in each one. And tomorrow I will do the oil for the bars and put the oil in the side here. So normally I do my maintenance on Sundays, but because I have not been in my craft room for, yes, like a couple weeks, well, about a week. And this way I can see that the oil is falling onto those pads. All right, so everything is oiled. Let's put this plate back on here. And I'm just going to go ahead and slide that on there. And then put my screw in there. Get my screw into one of them, and then I'll of course do the other one once I get that side lined up. And I'm not going to tighten them up because this one is a little bit off. So once I get them lined up, then I'll tighten them up. All right, and then try and get this one in. Let me just say it's not easy doing this with nails. Okay, now we're good. So now that they're lined up, I'm gonna, once I screw this one in, I'll tighten both of them. But again, I don't tighten my screws super tight because I take this off weekly. And then go back over here. Okay, so that is good. And then I also got a fresh bobbin, and then my bobbin case. And these are, I use Richword bobbins. If I can just find where it needs to go, hold on. Okay, here we go. So I'm going through, there's a little slit on the side, then you want to wrap it around, and then you want to make sure you wrap your thread around the little pigtail. And then you should be able to pull it. It shouldn't be too loose, but it shouldn't, you shouldn't have to tug at it. And then just pop it in there, and you'll hear it click into place. And then now our machine is ready for our test design. And so let me move the camera around so we can get that design hooped up. And then I can start cleaning and dusting off here. And I am going to use my other oils. So there are two types of oil that you should be using for your machine. And this is the motor oil. And I am just going to put a couple drops in this hole here on the side of the machine as well. And then you can oil this part as well. I recently did this, so I'm not going to do it again. All right, so now let me get my mighty hoop and a piece of stabilizer. And I'm just using some cutaway stabilizer. Whenever I'm testing designs, I'll usually do it on stabilizer. Sometimes I'll do it on shirts that maybe I made a mistake on. I don't throw any of my shirts that I make mistakes on. I just reuse them for testing designs. And I'm using my 8x13 mighty hoop. And in addition to testing designs, I also have two new boxy bags, some floral prints that I need to cut out the fabric for. And my daughter has requested a new Minky blanket, so I also need to cut that fabric out as well. So now I'm gonna go ahead and put my mighty hoop on here and get this started, and then I get started with the rest of the mess that's in here. I just gotta remember where it is. Here it is. One thing I love about my Bai Mirror is the in-stitch software. So my computer and everything where I create all my designs is in my other room. So I'm in there creating my designs. And as long as I have my machine on and it's not in embroidery mode, I can go ahead and just wirelessly send the machine or the design to my machine. So by the time I walk from the other room over here, the design is already in the machine. So I love that about this software. So I don't have to worry about USB files. I mean, I still save all my designs to a USB file because you never know, but I do like the fact that I could just walk in here, my design's already in here. Okay, so let's see what color thread we want to use. Oh, my pink is getting low. Let's use pink. So that is number 5. All right, and then we're gonna ready that, do a trace. And I always do just a normal trace. And this is a test, but that looks good to me. All right, so I'm gonna hit cancel and I'll go ahead and let that start. Now I need to grab cleaner. So I'm gonna show you a little bit that's going on. It's not too bad, but this is what I have stacked on my table right now. I mean, like I say, it's not looking too bad, but to me it's a mess. And I have some more fabric that I need to, well, I've taken it out the package, but I need to actually put it on boats. And then I have some that aren't, I only got maybe 2 yards, so I'm gonna stack that in here. But I've been also busy making custom rhinestone flock templates for people. And as you can see, I'm almost out of flock, so I definitely got to get some more of that. And I do have another large roll of hot fix tape. And so these just go over here on the side. And that way they're easy access. All right, and I was also looking at pit bulls and as well as comfort colors. A couple of my mutuals have been telling me about comfort colors for a while, so I did pick up one of their guides when I was at Impressions. Now let me just say, comfort colors is a little pricey, but I'm loving the colors that they have, so I'm gonna check them out. And I just had a thread break. I'll handle that in a minute. And then Pitbull. So this is their most recent catalog. I love their hats. The price point is good. Shipping is fast. And I think they have quite a few locations across the US too. So if they don't have something you order from one location, it'll get shipped to you from the other. And then, yeah, all these rhinestone templates and designs and all that good stuff that I've been working on. And these are some older rhinestone templates. So I'm gonna just set these off to the side for now. And so I had a thread break, so let me grab my stool, which is back behind the camera. And normally this thread does not, I don't have a lot of issues with Richword's thread. I mean, any thread you can have thread breaks with. And y'all know what? Watch, it's gonna take me forever to get this in here. So I might just finish cleaning and then come back to this off camera if it doesn't take me forever. And oh, looking for my tweezers. And so I just grab it and pull it through. And I do also, when I get a thread break, I do like to check the thread path, and I just slowly pull some thread through just to make sure it looks like everything is good, so there's no issue with the thread path. And now the part that I dread, trying to see the eye of the needle. Let's see if I can get it. What? I think I got it on the first try. Look at that. And then I'm also want to put it, just putting it through the eye right here at the bottom, and I am going to cut that a little bit down. And let's see. And actually, I'll probably cut that down a little bit more. All right, and I'm gonna back these stitches up some. So I'll go about right there. So let's see. Okay, back in the game. But yeah, Pitbull Comfort Colors, so something I've been shopping on. Gotta order some more hats for the hubby, so yeah, place that order tomorrow. And then a lot of designs that I have been testing. I did add a couple new designs on Etsy for digital download. I will be adding some more this week as well. And so I'm also set these off to the side. Okay, I had to just see like what speed do I have it going on. It's going kind of slow, but it does slow down at certain parts, which is good. I have it on 800, but certain letters it will slow down. And my stabilizer, I'll just set that back there. And so first thing I'm going to do is use my cleaner, because yeah, having all these white tables and all this stuff in here, this stuff gets dusty fast. It's like I'm always wiping and cleaning and dusting in here. And this is my this is my heavyweight fusible interfacing that I use for my boxy bags. And I don't even have no clue what these sweaters are even here for. Oh, this is a shirt my hubby wants me to put a work logo on. This is a split sweatshirt. Oh, and these are just, oh, these are all extra larges. So basically the hubby's pile of shirts. So I'm gonna just set this back here for a while and find somewhere to put them. But I'm gonna go ahead and yes, this is glass cleaner, but I noticed on these IKEA tabletops, if I just go first, actually I'm gonna do Clorox first. If I do the Clorox first, whether I do wipes or the spray, it leaves like streaks and it looks really dull. But when I go in with this, it gives it like a nice clean and finish and shine. So I'm gonna use these wipes first, which I should only need 2 of them. And normally day to day, this is what I do while I'm working or while something's stitching out. I'm cleaning, I'm designing, doing something else, whatever it may be. And so I've been doing a lot of rhinestone flocks, and so that sticky residue gets on my table and I hate that. So just going in and just cleaning it really, really well. And before I work on any orders, I always wipe my workspace down too. And then I gotta come over here and try and get as much of this as I can. And sequins. Sequins is all over the place too. And now I'm gonna go in with the glass cleaner once this kind of dries up. And then I'm also clean my mats. And this. Now I'm gonna turn you around this way to my other wall, and yes, it's kind of a mess over here, but it is what it is. So over here I got stuff all over the place, but move some of this stuff out the way. And I just use this to go in and just kind of dust everything. And even behind, yeah, I got a bunch of stuff over here. Behind here, I like to come back behind this big machine because I'm not gonna be moving it. So I can dust, and I'll go down and dust. I have my sawgrass down there, and then my cameo, and kind of dust these shelves a little bit, but most of this stuff, because I do use it, I'm grabbing like my adjustable freestyle fixture. Even these, I'll dust on these. My hooping stations, I will dust these off, because again, this stuff gets really dusty in here. Even though my husband changes the filters a lot, it still gets dusty. There's no way around it. And so that is what I do for that part. So now I have, moving you back over this way. And let me move this light back some. And now I'm gonna use this glass cleaner, even though this is not a glass table, but it works good. And just wipe this down. And see, it just gives it a nicer look than when I just use the Clorox. That Clorox dries the stuff out. All right, and then I'm gonna do the same on my cutting mats. And I need to try and flatten my mat back out. I warped it because I was ironing something on here. Not directly on here, I had a little mat, but yeah, that steam went right through there, and so now my mat isn't laying flat. Now for my mat, I'm going to use my Clorox wipes. I have about 7 minutes left on that design. And once I finish in here, then I need to go do the same in the other room. Dust, clean, wipe stuff down, oil my Juki. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to do. Oh, and put my fabric up that I recently got. All right, now I gotta find somewhere to put all those test samples and find somewhere to put these sweatshirts, which I could probably squeeze in here. I'm gonna try. So this is kind of just a day in my life, what I'm doing on a regular when I'm not recording any type of content. You're probably gonna find me in here, and I'm gonna be doing stuff like this. Okay, I think I need another shelf, but as soon as I say IKEA, I'm pretty sure my husband's gonna cringe. I'm very, very sure. Now this is a work shirt that he wants me to embroider, so I'm gonna just set that off to the side. And this, I'm gonna put in that closet, but I'm not gonna open that on camera because it's a mess in there. So I'm gonna just put that over there for now. And then let's go over to the other room. All right, so it's not looking any better in here, but it's not as bad as over there. I do have stuff on the floor and back behind the camera. Not even gonna show that. But same thing. I'm just going to go ahead and use my duster for my shelves and stuff like that. So I'm gonna just set that off to the side for now. First, I got some more zipper tape, zipper pulls. I was listening, make sure I didn't have a thread break. But yeah, I got some more zipper tape, and I'm just gonna put that up here for now because yeah. Now my Juki, there's a few places that I do need to oil, and I'll bring the camera over and show you that in just a sec. But first, I do want to wipe, well, all this down. So I gotta move my extension plate. Look at that, some more clips are under here. And I'm gonna grab 2 of these. And I'm gonna move my knee lift lever for a moment. And I just wanna clean underneath and around here, which is basically nothing but pieces of thread, but still. And same with my mat here. I want to wipe underneath there around my serger. And then also my mat. I'll wipe that down actually on both sides. And put that down. Now I'm gonna put my table back on. And my knee lift lever. And I don't know if you have a Juki, do you use your knee lift lever? I kind of have a love-hate relationship with it, just because sometimes I like it because I don't have to constantly reach back and lift, you know, the foot up and down. But at the same time, sometimes it gets in my way when I'm sewing and I get annoyed. But I like it. But at the same time, sometimes I don't. All right, just kind of cleaning up my area here. And all right, so I'm gonna bring you over here and show you how I oil my machine. And I also do keep, like, just slide stuff underneath here, but I have all my feet, my little screwdriver, you know, spool holders, all that stuff in here, and I just keep that there and slide it right there so I can just change out my feet when I need them. But now my oil. So with the Juki, you have some different spots up top and down here where you need to oil, and you only want to put a drop. And so a drop there, a drop there, a drop, wait, is it there? Yeah, drop there, drop there, drop there, drop there, and a drop over there. And that's that for the Juki for maintenance. Well, I did last week, I did go in, take my plate off and cleaned off the inside really good because yeah, I had broke a couple needles, I had thread in there. Yeah, it was a lot going on. So she's good on the inside. And so now I'm just kind of using my wipe to dust her off a little bit. And while my machine is still running, and I think my design just stopped. I don't hear any beeping, so no threads broke. So yeah, that design should be done. So we go back to the other room and I can show you that design, and then I'll come back over here and finish cleaning up a little later because this room is way worse than the other room. So let's go back to the other room. All right, design has stitched out and she stitched out beautifully, and this is that design. So now that it's stitched out good, I'm gonna go ahead and put it on a shirt for myself because there may or may not be some truth in this statement. All right, so thank you for joining me while I got my craft life together, my craft rooms together, even though I still got to work on that one over there. We oiled up our machine, oiled up our Juki. I do need to do a print test on my Epson, my SC F570. So I'm gonna let that run in just a second. And then, yeah, I'm good in here. But I will see you in the next video. Decided since I'm in here just cleaning, vlogging, I would probably be in here playing music and singing to myself. I was like, well, I might as well just record and kind of show a day in the life of what I do. And normally I do this sometimes before I start working, or whether I'm working on orders or just testing stuff. But usually if I'm not tired when I finish at night, I will try to clean at least my table up. That way I could walk into at least a somewhat clean craft room. I don't like clutter and stuff all over the place, even though it is cluttered and I got stuff all over the place in here, but I try to keep it as neat as possible. And one thing that helps is having a lot of shelves. I have bookshelves under my for my table here. I have a lot of drawers and things like that. So, and even in the other room, I'm pretty sure you saw all the wall of bookshelves. Those help me stay organized. So I've had some people ask, how do I stay so organized? Bookshelves, and lots of them. IKEA is your friend. Okay. But yeah, that was all that I think I'm gonna do for right now. I'm gonna go shower, and me and the hubby are about to head out to the lake, but I'll be back in here later this evening working on a tutorial for you. So I'll see you in the next video, which will be a tutorial. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you later. Bye.